It's Tuesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Morayo Afolabi Brown. With me are the co-hosts. Good morning, YK in the building.
Yo.
How you doing?
Good morning.
Good to have you.
God, I had one banter this morning and I've forgotten it.
It's okay. We understand you're 64.
It will be 64 very soon.
Very
Yes,
soon.
so, I don't know why I always forget I will remember all day when
YK, you're getting old, Shab. You're looking beautiful as you're growing older. You're aging gracefully, YK. It's like you're aging backwards.
Don't give me.
You're aging
don't
backwards.
be throwing akara to me. She's throwing akara to me.
No, you're aging backwards. You're looking. I mean, I just said in my mouth like you're 64, and in my mind I'm like, does she look 64? No, you don't. You look like 30 years younger.
Thank you.
You look amazing, YK.
I know I don't look 30 years younger. You know, this one, I put on makeup. That is hiding all the evil things.
No, you still look amazing. How you doing?
Anyway, since I can't remember my banter, let me give all the people who abused me that I didn't see. I thankfully did not see because I don't check.
Yeah, greet them.
I first greet them and then I will say, let who is innocent cast the first stone.
Yeah.
Hey. So obviously, well, me, I will still say my own.
Simple. It's your view that it counts. Hello, Elijah Nima Akashat Zabiri. How are you?
I'm fine, and I'm grateful to God. So today is for my kinsman, big boss, Professor Abdulaziz Butali. His research in the US has gotten him award by the immediate outgoing president. Was given the highest honor by the U.S. government on outstanding scientists and engineers early in their careers. I saw that the Diaspora Commission had mentioned the 6 Nigerians, and I saw his picture. I was like, and I'm not come and associate with my prof, my bros. And thank you so much for all the times you mentioned my name at tables I cannot imagine. Thank you, sir.
Fantastic.
Congratulations.
So, how are you doing, Tokwe?
I'm doing very amazing. Me too. My go-to was given Lifetime Achievement Award. I praise for Uwe. So praise for Uwe is I don't even understand my relationship with
Hasn't he left Nigeria?
By Egbon. Yes, and that's why the award is coming from the United States. So this particular award is the recognition from the Office of the President of the United States, and praise for Uwe is among the 6 people that got the recognition, but is someone who always has my back. As in, I'll just get a message, or I only see when I go to the US. When I land, I'll go and visit him. We'll have one very long conversation, and then we'll not see again for a whole year. But I'm grateful, and I celebrate him. It was in an intentional journey. He went there to establish himself. He was not like, I'm not a lizard in Nigeria and then I'll be a lizard there. I'm a crocodile. I'm going to take over. And this is an achievement that I think is worth celebrating. And I'll celebrate every other person who was honored with this same. It is not easy for you to get this. It's not pure water. And if you did, then we should acknowledge
it's also
that
important to mention that they're products of Nigeria. Prof went to school here. He went to Luth. His friends, I still use the connection every time I need something in Luth. His friends are still practicing here. And he has this outreach. He makes sure he comes back. I've worked with him over the years. His charity organizations, everything.
Exactly.
And interestingly,
People used to come on our show.
He was still in Nigeria very recently.
And also, furthermore, still talking about the US, at the inauguration, Nathaniel Bassey and Pastor Kumuyi was also invited to pray the day before. These are Nigerian products. These are people who were born, raised in Nigeria, and invited to be part of the celebration to usher in the new president.
So when they want to badmouth Nigerians or they highlight the few bad eggs in Nigeria, let us also celebrate the good ones. And it probably will not make the headlines. If it was that they caught somebody with drugs now, it will be on the front page.
Nigerians are doing amazing, and we congratulate all of them. Let's go on a very short break.
Bad luck.
Yes, she's doing well. Let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll look at the top stories in the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Okay, we're starting with The Nation. Edu, how Tinubu is stabilizing the economy and reducing poverty. NMDPRA, no room for monopoly in oil and gas sector. Subscribers kick as NCC okays 50% tariff hike for telcos. SDP rejects APC's victory in Ondo Council polls. EFCC versus ex-bank chiefs, court adjourns to February 13th. NACON fixes 8.3 million naira as 2025 Hajj fares. Suleja tanker explosion, death toll rises to 98. Court condemns media trial, denies EFCC arrest warrant request. Okays Otudeko, others not properly served. Okay.
Okay. I don't even know how to call this news now. So good news for the mobile network operators and sad news for subscribers, but the NCC is giving a go for mobile network operators to increase a 50% hike in all data calls and short SMSs. So yesterday, following the meeting that they had with the Minister for Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy, Bosun Tijani, they concluded that this can go. Their recommendations, which were on issues affecting consumers of ICT and data and calls, was approved. We know that I have been taking the story of, the mobile network operators insisting that they've not been captured into the current inflation rate in the country, and this is affecting services. And you can attest to it that, most of their services have been below par. And I'm hoping that even with this increment, now the NCC can then do their regulatory work, which is to make sure that the service that they're giving is quality. But before this approval, they've subtly increased their cost across board. You'll notice that the amount that your 5,000 data would give you was no longer feasible. The same thing for calls and all of that. And so now with a proper approval, we know that they will slash it, they will add money. But let the quality of service be top notch. Imagine buying data till the month will end. You can't even get 2 bars in your house. And you call customer care, they'll tell you they're sending you an SMS that never drops. And I don't want to call those network. But with this approval, people better be ready, because we'll be tagging you online and everything. All
right, so let me take the major headlines. So the ministers were before the House of Assembly, National Assembly yesterday, defending their budget. So the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wali Adum, was saying that the president is stabilizing the economy through bold socio-economic reforms aimed at revitalizing critical sectors, reducing poverty, and restoring public confidence in general. According to him, the administration, he affirmed, would focus on major infrastructural projects this year to stimulate the economy and growth and get more jobs. Edu appeared to defend his 13.5 billion naira budget, maintained that the president's economic policies are yielding positive results, but need time for the full effect. Furthermore, the Minister of Communications and Innovation, Digital Economy, Dr. Bosun Tijani, also said in another forum that the president plans to build a $1 trillion economy with a 21% increase in gross domestic products GDP through reforms by his ministry. Other ministers were there, Dele Alake and a bunch of others were there to defend their individual budgets. So we'll see how that goes. But we're just trying to reassure Nigerians that the economy is is on the way to proper growth for our people. Okay,
I took the tanker explosion. The death toll has risen to 98. It occurred around the Diko Junction. Well, everyone has been talking about it. They said a lot of the people who were taken from the scene to the hospital have died. They all had some of them are receiving treatment. Some have had to sign out because the families want to take the patients, so they had to sign waivers. We are taking our people out, but they had life-threatening burns, third-degree burns, so they didn't survive. Some are still in intensive care as we speak. Some have. One guy had to be taken to Guadalajara in Abuja to the hospital, Gwagwalada Specialist Hospital in Abuja. Yeah.
Really sad story.
And they've formed their, the governor said an 18-man multidisciplinary medical team from the State Ministry of Health, they've formed that, and then the one that is they have formed a committee to look into the cause. They should stop with their committees, please. Stop with your committees and go down to the. Sorry, because I wanted to. This was even going to be my coming home on Saturday night. Many trailers, no lights at the back of their trailers, no lights.
So we know the issues. They don't need for any committee. Just deal with the issue.
Yes, deal with the issues.
Policies to deal with the
people could run into them because there are no street lights. They have all these trailers with no light at the back.
Not even reflectors.
There's more than 20.
Still within the oil sector, there is a statement from the NMDPRA, that's the Nigerian Midstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, and they have said that there will be no unhealthy monopoly in the oil and gas sector. This is faulting the claim. So Dangote are taking them to court because they issued import license to a few companies within the oil sector, and they filed a case. That's Dangote filed a case to stop them from doing it. And MDPRA, in a counter affidavit that they filed against the suit, have said that they don't want unhealthy monopoly within the sector, and that is why they have allowed the import license to be issued to some other companies within the country. They also mentioned the fact that let me talk about the fact that other companies that got the license, Reno Oil, Reno Oil, as well as there's one other company that created their own case, Matrix Petroleum Limited, argued that granting the relief sought by Dangote will spell doom for the country's oil sector, and that they don't believe that that even Dangote cannot meet the demand of the country. So why would it be against the fact that there is a demand for import license from for petrol into the country? So all in all, there's going to be a healthy competition, and the government is going to ensure that happens, that nobody would have monopoly over the costs and privileges of petrol in the country.
Let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past 3 years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company not just in Nigeria but throughout continental Africa to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching?
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. Okay, let's moving on now to the Punch. 50% tariff hike. Nigerians may spend 6.74 trillion naira on calls. Trump returns as 47th U.S. president, rejects transgender and illegal immigration. 6 killed, 3 injured in Ogun, multiple crashes. Sanwo-Olu pledges to work with new Lagos speaker. Court adjourns Dangote Refinery's 100 billion naira suit against marketers. And Niger explosion, death toll hit 98. Court condemns media trial, denies EFCC arrest warrant request, says Otudeko, others not properly served. Okay, let me start with Donald Trump. He has been officially sworn in as the 47th president of the United States of America. And the ceremony that happened yesterday, during his inaugural address, Trump outlined a bold agenda for his administration, touching on issues of gender, race, border control, economic reforms, and energy policies. And of course, the highlights of it was when he said that from his administration, there's only 2 genders that we recognize, male and female. I remember when my brother-in-law came in over the holidays, said they wanted to fill a form, and he was desperately looking for male and female. There was binary, there were so many other options, and he couldn't find male, and he was shocked. But
did you see the applause?
Yeah, I was shocked.
I think there are people there, they are coming back to different
I was shocked at the applause.
There's always been people for and against.
Trump asserted that the administration will have those 2 genders, and also he will end government policy of engineering race and gender into every aspect of public and private life. Henceforth, it will be the official policy of the United States that only 2 genders. Also, he unveiled plans to overhaul the trade system, and more importantly, he's obviously telling the borders they have to secure the borders to reduce the influx of immigrants coming into America. According to him, America will become a manufacturing nation. Once again, we will use our liquid gold, oil and gas to bring prices down, fill our reserves, and export energy worldwide.
Not yet the World Party declared.
But a lot of people...
He declared a lot of war. He's going to take over the Gulf of Mexico, is with Gulf of America. It's also called the trade war on China.
He said quite a bit.
He said a lot of things. For this is the first inauguration I was able to watch fully.
I think the most amusing part was, when his people were clapping for him, and then the Biden side were just looking at him like this. There was one time Clinton was looking at him,
what is wrong with him?
But that's democracy. That's what we should learn. My husband kept emphasizing that in Nigeria, other parties, people don't come to another party's inauguration. If another party win off, it's only their people that are at inauguration. But this is how democracy should be. All the Democrats were seated, and what they did not like, they did not clap. Heaven did not fall. What they liked, they clapped. The people that wanted to clap, people clap and stood up for their applause.
Many years of their own democracy.
You should stop at the
We are still resolving internal issues.
We do it or we go back to our monarchy.
I think a lot of people voted for him because of that gender thing, because they didn't like that when you go to school, they're teaching children from a very early age about you can be
you can make a choice.
You can be an animal. You can identify as an animal. Come on. What I mean? Anyway, I wanted to take
the go ahead.
The 6 that were killed on Ogun multiple crashes. 2 road crashes that occurred in Lagos on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway on Monday. One was a Benz, and the Benz, I think he lost control, and then he tumbled to the other side. I mean, his car flipped over, and 5 people died immediately. 1 person survived. The other one, he fell asleep at the steering, and then he went head-on into a granite-laden truck. So the road safety and the trace boss were saying that people should not drive when they're tired. They should try and be more attentive, and they should stop speeding.
I think I shared the story. When I just got back from the US, then I was sleeping on the Terminal Bridge, and I parked the car to sleep. And somebody came. I was wondering, I was like, okay, I said, I was sleeping on there. I just wanted to park. I said, Okada will come and still rob you and see if you can't sleep here. Stand up. when I had learned that if you are tired, park the car and sleep.
Because
I do that.
I do that.
I was on the shoulder.
You know that even if it's 2 minutes.
It's a long way.
Those filling stations on the Osho, the Apapa Expressway, thank you so much. I just drive in, park on one corner and sleep. They'll come and check, see that I'm sleeping, they'll leave me. I've been sleeping on that.
Any other story?
Well, I have the Oba Otudeko story. So yesterday, the Federal High Court.
This is a very big story.
Very interesting story.
We need one day to sit down and dissect this. We don't want to preempt the case. Let's just...
No. When I was a student, my lecturers used to use newspaper law stories like this to teach us, so you won't forget those principles. So yesterday, the EFCC went to court trying to get an order for a warrant of arrest on the parties, and the court was wondering, when you have not even served, you're not applying for substituted service, you have not tried to serve, you have not shown that you've tried to serve and service had failed. And the court denied them and said they should go ahead and substitute service, which means they can print the service of processes on the newspapers or paste it at the residence of every of the persons charged. But then the lawyer representing Dr. Otudeko says raised an issue of restraining parties from continuing media, irresponsible use of the media, and the court jumped on that as well and advised all parties to stop media engagement and all the journalists involved to ensure accurate reporting of court proceedings. They should stop this media trial. EFCC was also lambasted seriously for taking this matter to the papers before they applied for, they did the proper thing. They did not come to court, they did not serve, they did not, try to, but the media had reports.
It's a sensitive case that they also need the media, because the truth is that some of these cases have people where they... so sometimes it's always important to carry the media along.
It's better to report from court proordinance than to start the trial from the papers.
When they start the trial from the papers, they always lose.
Yes.
Because what they do is a media trial and it has no bearing on the court.
But there's also defamation. When that defamation goes out and is accusing the person and everybody will not start carrying it.
There's quite a bit of defamation going on there. I mean, as I said, it's a very juicy story, but let's not talk about it now. Let us wait for...
I mean, all of us, most of us have judged already.
Even me say just to even to attach this kind of charges.
Me, I've not judged
their personality.
I'm still very optimistic.
I know, because
I'm keeping my fingers crossed that what you're thinking is not what I'm thinking.
That what they have put out there is they have already assumed they're guilty without a trial. And so people like me who will read it or say, which is not right.
Daily Sun, we move on?
Yeah, I wanted to just say this. Farmer header crisis has been a thing for Nigeria, but we are having more states adopting the RUGA process. So there's something called the National Reoccurring Header Farmer Clash within these states, Benue and Plateau State. And this project initiative is meant to solve that problem. So, yes.
Okay, our final paper this morning is Daily Sun. Let's find a story of not taken. Military kills Turgey's son, several others and terrorists. World Bank debars 2 Nigerian companies' CEO for fraud. Niger tanker explosion, more tears as death toll rises to 98. High rates of expatriates working in Nigeria without permits, security risk, says NECA. Facts without impact. That's how over 20 MOUs failed to boost Nigeria's food production. Okay, which story?
Okay, so the World Bank has debarred for 30 months 2 Nigerian companies, Viva Atlantic Limited and Technology House Limited, alongside the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Norman Buruk Didam. They said that these 3 persons misrepresented a conflict of interest in their bid documents and obtained confidential tender information from public officials, which constituted fraudulent and collusive practices. Now, this was tied to the National Social Safety Nets project in Nigeria. And so now this 30 months debarment is supposed to be like a sanction that extends globally across all agreements for mutual enforcement. I hope that this serves as a lesson to the parties.
So, Atieni is always talking about the fact that we always sign MOUs and do committees. Well, a researcher, they've done, the Sun carried a report that Nigeria has signed 20 MOUs that have failed.
Oh, 20, right?
Yeah, 20 MOUs that have failed to boost Nigeria's food production. So signing MOU has been a very easy thing. They cited a particular example where an MOU was signed between the government of Norway, a deal of $4.5 million to support food an agricultural organization of the United Nations to address hunger in Borno, Adamawa, Yobe, and Taraba states, and we're waiting to see the results. They also said Nigeria signed an agreement far back as 2003 in Maputo, Mozambique, that they would be committing 10% of our total budget towards agri and food sustainability. And yet, how many years after, we are still dealing with lack of food, high food cost, because we are not implementing a lot of the MOUs we are signing. So it's easy to sign and congratulate ourselves for signing agreements. But what have we done with the agreements we've signed?
After the MOU, we now do committee.
How they don't come and mention those states inside?
Remember what I told you, committee?
There were many. They listed a lot of them.
They told us every time. Why? He says once or twice a year. Tell us.
The goal of MOU is to come and drink tea. I mean, committee is to come and drink tea.
There's nothing to be done. The committee to agree that there's nothing to be done. Finally, Trump says, "I was saved by God to make America great again." Oh, you gotta love that guy.
He knows the right things to say.
I'm telling you, he loves media. He just went straight to the.
Went missing. You see, some radio stations now took the inauguration. Nigerians now had opinion.
Yeah.
He's a wicked man. No, he's a good man. This morning, one woman called and said, "Nigerians, leave the country and face your own country."
It's not your business.
I tell you, I wonder why we are all arguing
about Trump, right?
Some TV stations were even carrying it like Nigeria. With all what is happening in this country, you are going to America. Better leave America and face Nigeria.
Another comment was like, "Is doing what is good for his people?" Somebody that answered it, but actually, is this what is good for his own people? You people have problems.
Even the
your whole president,
the fact that he's using God. Yes. If it was Nigeria, somebody would say, "Oh, he's tilting towards Christianity," or somebody is tilting to Islam. Ordinary summit, the president went for summit, Islamic summit. Suddenly, he wants to Islamatize Nigeria. I'm thinking, our democracy is so infantry that we need to we should really recalibrate how we think in this place of the part of the world. We understand that many Nigerians don't understand.
Have you thought that maybe democracy is not for us?
I've always said that, YK. If you've known me long enough on this show, I've always said that consistently for many years. That the democracy we practice in this our country needs to be modified for our people. It's not the same democracy they're practicing there, because obviously we need a bit of leash.
We need to beat ourselves anyhow.
We need a bit of leash.
Is that democracy?
It's that their own democracy is too liberal. There's no leash. Here we need a bit of leash. Anyway, it's not our hot topic. Maybe we should make it our hot topic. Let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we want to our special feature. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
What meant answering 7 questions correctly? How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regulars.
So let me go and look for my jam.
My 20 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jam.
I want to close the show.
I can go.
That's all we can take. Can close the show,
Ladies and gentlemen, number 1 unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for number 1 on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back? You should start the gym to get fat. Cricket.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference?
There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying. So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
No, the empowerment for me.
Sex can make your relationship better.
No.
Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too.
Almost every guy
has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the person that used to what's his name?
That woman.
Bam! Bam!
Today we'll go here.
Hey!
Let's catch up.
And John, we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay tuned. Entertainment for pure entertainment.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyingo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call a permanent solution.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crimes of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe it's achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amadedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Thanks for staying with us. Join us to discuss the incredible progress they have made with the Top Grange Farm Estate Scheme, which is a unique opportunity for farm and land ownership. Is the Managing Director, CEO of Rolad Properties himself, Mr. Rolad Oluyede. Welcome to the show. Good to have you.
Good morning, good to be here.
You usually send your guys, but today you came yourself. You have the top man here.
No, it's very
This must be a
important.
big product. I'm probably to talk to us about.
No, not really. It's just very important to being the beginning of the year. This is the first time we're here. Firstly, it's just to be here in person to thank all our subscribers, all our clients for the journey so far, especially in 2024. It was a tedious one, but thank God to our client who stood by us. And also to say a very big thank you to your view crew.
Yes, so we know. We accept your thank you.
So thank you for the support all this while. And it's also very important to come and give update how far we've gone with what we, with our Top Grange Farm Estate. In the beginning of the last year when we talked about, this is a scheme for you to own land, own farm, a whole lot of people thought, it's not going to work, it's not going to happen. But in December, when people started getting credit alert, that's when they realized that, I remember 1st of December, I was somewhere in London and I met a client. We were to meet for different reasons, and when we met, he was like, "Thank you, I saw your hand." I was like, Yoruba, I say, like, what do you mean? He said, I got alert yesterday. I didn't even quickly recollect. And he said that, I wish I bought more.
Wow.
Because for someone to live in the UK, get Naira credit, and the money should mean a lot to them, you know, because before you convert or not, but it still meant a lot to him, and he felt like he should have bought more when he bought those things. And it was just an incredible testimonial to hear that people are happy that this thing works, and we're here to tell people that it works. If you go on our page and see a lot of testimonials, you know, what we did is that we planted red potato on those land after people bought the land. And as stressful as that was, we still made it through. And in November, people got paid. In December, people got paid. January, people are getting paid again. So my talk this morning is about what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Because Top Branch Farm Estate will be closing at the end of this month. And we just want to share the update report and give people 9-10 days opportunity to also be a part of the scheme.
I have announced the end of the month, which is just about 2 weeks away. Why should anybody act now?
Yes, see, apart from the fact that this is a 2-in-1 scheme, land ownership and farm ownership, and I've just talked about how people are already making passive income. You see, when things get, well, they say when the going gets tough, the tough must what? Get going. But I don't think so. The tough must seek collaboration. Because where do you know you're going? Really, you can't just keep going. You need to find collaboration. And this scheme allows you make passive income. But apart from that, you know, we talk about the passive income. Do not forget that this is a scheme that allows you to begin to acquire real estate at a very cheap price. It's a very cheap way to begin to build a real estate portfolio. I'll tell you why. People that bought, some of them bought, some of our subscribers bought the farm estate at 1.8 million naira. As of today, it's already 2.4, meaning that they've already gotten appreciation in value on the land itself. Now they are getting passive income. So this is a way for you to generate passive income for yourself and also to begin to build your real estate portfolio by acquiring land that will also appreciate in future. So that's one of the reasons why people must be a part of it. And again, when things get tough, there's a part where you cut costs will solve your problem. But sometimes you just need multiple streams of income. I know even myself, I know how much I made from shortlet alone in December. If I didn't have it on the side, if I don't have those things, because you can't just sit on one source of income and think that's where there's nobody that gets rich by having one source of income. You need to have multiple sources of income. And Top Branch Farm Estate allows you to do that. And I like something about a diaspora client. It helps them generate Naira. They don't have to be selling pounds or dollars to meet their Naira need. They now have a venture that helps them generate Naira that they can use to solve their Naira problem. And these are some of the reasons why people need to get on this Top Branch Farm Estate scheme.
Okay, so what are the steps? How do you then apply? So
it's very simple. You can buy in acres. I always encourage people to buy in acres, not because of just the income alone, but because of the land. You know, I'm big on land. See, I tell people anywhere you see land, buy, as long as it's genuine. I've bought almost half of my village. I will not wait for one person one day to come and buy. Anywhere I see land and it's good, I buy. If you see land and it's genuine, buy. You know, the evidence of dominion is land ownership. Every war you've seen everywhere in the world is premised on territory, claiming territories, and it's land. The basis of human existence is real estate. So buy land, and Top Branch helps you to do that. Buy in acres. The screens, numbers on the screen, I guess. Come to our website, www.roladproperties.com. Call the numbers. You buy the land. When you buy the land, you get two things. You get your deed of assignment for the land, and you also get a contract that stipulate the farming period. We call it that sow once, reap twice. What does it mean? When you buy, it already covers cost for the land and cost for the farming for the next 3 years. What you keep getting is credit alert at the end of every year.
Interesting.
So just a quick recap of the timeline, because I know that you mentioned earlier that it is closing. So if anybody wants to take action, what's the timeline of that action?
So you have between now to the 31st of this month to quickly take advantage of our Top Branch Farm Estate scheme. We have a whole lot of other things that we have in store for people, but we want to give people opportunity to key into it. Secure your December now. That's what you're doing now. Secure your December now. They said there was dirty December. Well, if you don't have money, your December will be very clean. To be a clean one and a modest one. So you need to secure your December now. Key into this product between now and the end of the month, and you know that by December 2025.
You've not mentioned any numbers so far. How much are we paying? Just a key into. Should we call the numbers to get the numbers, or do you plan to tell us how much it is?
For 1 acre of land is 2.4 million naira. And guess what? From now to the end of the month, there's still 15% discount.
Wow.
15% discount. And guess what? The 15% discount does not affect your return on investment. It's not like we're going to go and discount it from your return.
It's not like they'll take a front hand to give you something and take it back.
No. So you can still enjoy 15% discount. 1 acre goes for 2.4 million naira. And you can buy multiple acres. Some people are even buying in plots. And funny enough, people that buy in plots sort of impress me because it shows, I tell people that investing is an habit. If you cannot start with little, you cannot do it when you are big, really. So you need to start now. If you do one, you do the second one. So you can buy lots, but I encourage buy in acres. Call the number of the screens, will give you more details on how to go about this.
Okay, so just remind us, give us a recap of what the benefits are.
The benefit is the number one, you own the land 100%. Somebody asked me, am I the owner of the land? Are you leasing the land? No, you own the land 100%. Secondly, by the farming venture on it, you start generating passive income. Let me break this down again. For someone that buys 1 acre, every year you get 400,000 naira. So maybe we need to say that every year we get 400,000 naira. If you go on our page, you see testimonial, you see videos, real people. They got credited at the end of the year. So you get 400,000 for the next 3 years. So that is how it works.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, I think you'll be able to get, you used up your time very well.
And please, before you go, I want to say, you people that come, they learned from you because I thought I know you're not going to do as well as that boy that comes. Hey, you talk fast.
How can he do less than his oga? He cannot do less than his oga.
They don't train me. They train me very well.
Where is Alima?
Alima, we miss Alima.
How's our baby?
Alima is doing well. Sitting pretty in the city of Abeokuta, I guess.
Nice. Please, our regards to her.
Yes, we will.
Okay, let's go on a short break now. When we come back, move on to our hot topic of today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company not just in Nigeria but throughout continental Africa to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regulars.
So let me go and look for my jammies.
My 20 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jammies.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
Okay, that's all we can take. Ejeki, close the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, #1 unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for #1 on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now. His name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah, but do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back?
You should start the gym to get fat.
Cricket.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference? There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying.
So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
No, the empowerment for me.
Sex can make a relationship better.
No.
Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too.
Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they're for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the better? You see some sports.
That woman.
Damn!
Yeah,
Today we'll go here.
Hey.
Let's get talk now.
I'm sure we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay good.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
Doctorates. He remained critical of the corruption of Nigerian politicians, condemning those that stole or squandered the nation's oil reserves. In addition to his own literary success, he was a passionate and active supporter of African writers. However, Achibo died in Boston, Massachusetts on March 21, 2013 after a brief illness. He is credited with changing the face of world literature by presenting the effects of European colonization from the point of view of Africans. He specifically wrote in English, a choice that received some criticism, but his intent was to speak to the whole world about the real problems that the influence of Western missionaries and colonialists created in Africa. His life was an inspiration and sentimental to Western culture, promoting customs and values about traditional African society.
Entertainment, I believe, is expression of life. It's bring you into my world, what I love, what I feel when I dance, when I'm happy, when I'm sad, all my emotions all mixed together. I'm bringing it out to just entertain you and immerse you into my own world. Entertainment is life, entertainment is God, entertainment is love.
Hello, TVC Communications. How can I help?
What makes TVC the
choice for my business?
Excellent question, sir. Let me share some exciting facts with you.
Thanks for staying with us. So the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, has approved 50% tariff adjustment for telecom operators, citing rising operational costs and the need to sustain the industry. According to NCC, the adjustment aligns with its mandate under Section 108 of the Nigerian Communications Act 2023 to regulate and approve tariff rates. Despite the increase, the NCC stressed that protecting consumers remains a priority. Now, obviously, Nigerians went on social media and expressed their displeasure to this announcement. What are your thoughts? We'd like to open our phone lines to Nigerians, especially considering what Nima said earlier during the paper review about the poor quality of network Nigerians have been experiencing in the past few weeks. You can join the conversation on 090-241-63440, or you can send us messages on X. We can also read your messages on YouTube. We'll be happy to share your thoughts. Now, 50% is a lot. That's if you're paying a tariff of maybe 5%, you start paying 10%. That's a lot of money. Nigerians obviously are disheartened about this. This is not good news for Nigerians, especially given the economic situation that we are in right now. But also, let's talk about what Nima had alluded to during the paper review, saying that the quality has been so bad. And does this tariff increase, would it mean that they will give us better network services? Because many of us had those issues over the break. When the holidays, I had many issues with the network. The kids couldn't watch movies, they couldn't watch TV just because we're having data issues. You've paid and there's network problems. So let me come to you. Nima, I want to start on this matter. What are your thoughts?
So, according to the paper, they were asking for actually 100% increment. Like just like times 2 the money. So what the NCC was able to do is, sort of reach a middle ground and do 50% increment. But as businesses, we must agree that all of us across board have increased our business rates at one point or the other as a business. The only business that I have not increased money is
legal
one
services.
that is doing, legal service I had to increase. In fact, I now start, if I see that you are somebody that is trying to evade paying the consultancy and you want to come and be rejoining, find a way to just cut you off, because to run my gen, when there's light, there's no light. When we are on Band-Aid, there's nothing that comes cheap. So when you come and you think you have outsmarted me and you walk away, I'm dealing with costs. I'm not finding it funny, and I don't usually think well of such a client. So a lot of things are happening.
You're understanding the 50%?
Very clearly as a business, I understand what they are going through. It's not easy. If you have to pay staff salary, increase staff salary, I have had to increase. I'm looking at increasing my staff again. And so all of those factors will affect businesses. Also, one of the things they complain about, there was this body, I think they're in charge of their MAST and all their technical services, who had also come online at the time complaining at the cost of diesel. This cost of diesel and fuel that we are all complaining is affecting their servicing those MAST and all of those things. So I'm sure that those are the factors that the NCC would have carried into these negotiations and considered, and seen their side of things to give this 50%. But the problem is, this 50% that they will give, let it not become like Band-Aid, that once they graded and gave them the right to increase and charge under a particular rate, poor services continue to reign. Somebody has to see to poor services. There must be compensation, in fact, for poor services. We were recharging data at a particular rate. We will not get the same quality of gigabytes per recharge. And then this particular network I refuse to leave because of loyalty. We'll just be rolling like this till the month will end. It will roll. I'll be walking around with my phone. Then you find a place you call customer care. That's the one that breaks my heart. Customer care won't even follow up to ensure that you've gotten that service. Because if a person has called, there's something that comes on the voiceover that says, this call is monitored for certain purposes. I believe that there should be a follow-up that person is then getting quality of the service. The last call I made, they said they will call me for they will send me an SMS to bring me to what they call this that they upgraded recently. That they would bring me to that, and that's why I'm not having network in my own house where I buy that mega data for. They will say, okay, they will do that. And then I waited and I didn't see the SMS. Imagine me moving my SIM, putting it back, offing the phone, checking, looking for SMS. Okay. That didn't come. And I expected that because that call had been monitored for certain, it should be. How
many calls are they getting?
They're not following.
You know, so I mean, I like where Nima started from as a business owner herself, you know, to understanding, because NCC is saying that there hasn't been an increase in hikes since 2013. That's a long time.
Not official increase in hike.
Well, according to what I'm reading, there hasn't been an official increase in rate. That doesn't mean that they increased either, but there hasn't been a proper increase since 2013. Now, we're making all these complaints, and yet we expect a certain level of service. So what are your thoughts on the hike?
So Nigerians justifiably don't trust the system. And when I say justifiably, is because for every time the government and the regulators make statements like this, it would not, any sensible Nigerian will understand this. Like, it makes sense to do a review. But can we have a review that ensures service delivery? That's why we are justifiably.
It's private sector.
Yes, even private sector. Yeah. So yes, they claim that they have not increased the costs since 2013. But every Nigerian knows that the quality of service we are getting has reduced. So if they could not increase the price, they decided to reduce what they are delivering to you. There is no person, except those that are using Starlink, that will tell you they have good service in terms of internet. Even with drop calls, I cannot count the calls will drop. You make a phone call, you are hearing the person is not hearing you, the court calls, you have paid for that conversation that never took place. The quality of service we've gotten from our telcos has been extremely poor, and we thought that over time things will get better. Like, technology is improving, the world is improving, but in Nigerian telcos is going down. So the complaints they've always had has been tied to the cost of service delivery. Because
of the power of our show, we need to be careful how we are saying these things. Because
I agree. As a client, I'm speaking on my experience. In my house, I use all lines. I have MTN, I have Airtel, I have Glo, I have Lifanet, I have Spectranet, I have what do you call it?
Fiber One.
Fiber One. I'm saying, I'm not saying. I have mentioned. That's why I mentioned all their names, because I use all of them. So I can speak as a customer who pays all of them. Currently, 5 people I mentioned are collecting money from me on a monthly basis, and I'm struggling with internet. That is the plight of the average Nigerian. So when NCC is saying you are committed to protecting the industry, I agree 100%, because these businesses are businesses. MTN and all these companies, all these circles are not into charity. They are meant to make money, and they should. But they are also meant to be held accountable for delivering quality service. That is where we are going to have this long conversation. So if we are paying more, Nigerians are complaining a bit about petrol right now. Petrol is expensive, but at least we are seeing petrol. So people are like, it's bad though, but there's petrol. The kind of deregulation we want is a deregulation where we can hold the people accountable. So how many compensations have they paid for the many times that service has gone down, where you will be in your house and you will have all the network and it is not working? And Nigerians are feeling this pain. NCC, yes, thank you for protecting the industry by protecting the investors who have put money into this sector. But can we also protect the customers as well to the same level, to ensure that we get compensated and we get quality service? Nima mentioned Band A. Band A has not been Band A. The way it's like before they called it Band A. When we were on special package, we knew what we were enjoying. Then they put us into Band A, and it's like, boom, like a bandits. Boom, I'm like, because it blinks because I have alternative power, it just blinks. But the blinking is constant nowadays. And all of us are just doing because Nigerians are used to suffering. We suffer and we just cope with it. We are very resilient people. But it doesn't mean we should not call out when things can be done better. personal experience.
You know, we are very.
Okay, the reason why I wanted to hold off, I'll let you finish. I agree that the services might not be perfect, but I wouldn't disagree that it's worse than where we're coming from. There was a time where I was having these services and you could not get anything. Network between 4 years ago, whatever, to now, the network is a bit better. However, it could be much better because the truth is that I have issues. I'm paying money also, and I'm not getting the kind of service, but it is definitely not where I'm coming from. That much I know. That's why I wanted to say we should be careful. I'm not disputing what I'm saying, but we should just be careful how we're saying this because I'm
not sure.
No, I'm just saying that we're different.
I'm not sure what Mariah is saying about, because yesterday I made so many calls and I'll be saying hello, hello, and I'll be hearing the person's voice and I'll be saying hello, hello.
Yeah.
And
it's not your phone.
Even this morning, same thing. Like I was making a call, I couldn't hear the person. So we're having network issues. I'm not in dispute of that at all.
So, yes, you have to increase their money, but guess what? As their money, everybody's money is increasing. Telcos increase, NEPA increase, LA increase, petrol increase. What? Salary is getting smaller. Earning power is getting smaller. You are not making your money, the value of your money 5 years ago. It's not the value. If you have 1 million, the value of that 1 million is not the value of 1 million 5 years ago. So, guess who is suffering? It's the Nigerian. Let me finish. It's the Nigerian people. It is us that are suffering because we are paying everything, and you are seeing your account going down, down, down. The government itself has come, tax reform. Well, this is how I'm just sitting and saying, God, every day I've become very. Listen, let me finish. I need to finish. I've become very prayerful. I have become, because what I'm seeing inside my phones like this is not a good thing.
Who are you praying to?
To our Creator. No.
Wait now, let her answer.
Who do you pray to?
No, I'm asking you. I know who I pray to. Who are you praying to?
Don't think about who you pray to and leave me to who I pray to. And I say I have become very prayerful because the future looks bleak. I have to say the truth. So, yes, increase. And I know, I agree that they are businesses, but while they are increasing it, they should be thinking. Okay. Let me finish. You haven't let me finish. You haven't let me land. Don't bury me before I land. As you are increasing it, just be thinking that they are human beings, so we are not goats, so we are not rats. We are human beings and we are feeling the pinch badly. Badly. Then I want to ask, so when they are increasing this telco, please, is it because the Wi-Fi people? The Wi-Fi that we pay monthly. So they too will go.
So the point I'm trying to make is that increase is not a Nigerian thing. There are increases that happens across the world. Every country, both local and international, there are increases, and companies have increased or increased. I like the way Nima started. I am a business owner. Me too, as a private person, they will increase because that's the reality. If you're going to function, if you're going to provide network for YK, I have to increase services. Same thing we had when the power guy came, the Minister of Power said, I don't have money to build this infrastructure. We need to create new bands so that we can get some money from Nigeria because we need money. There's no liquid cash. So whether we like it or not, tariff increase across the world is normal. Now, if it's happening in Nigeria, we're constantly pushing back because, as Papa has said, we don't trust government. Private sector, they regulate, they've deregulated. Still, we don't trust them. So no matter any kind of increase, we push back, which is understandable. You will push back. But the point I'm trying to make is that, yes, I agree with you. The services are poor. And I'd like to go back to what Nima said. Even if you're going to increase tariff, please make sure as you're increasing it, you're protecting Nigerians services. But we should not criticize or push back on increase. Increase will happen and should happen. We should expect it.
We should expect it, but it should not be an unfair one.
That we are not expecting it. We are saying that with all these increases, the naira, they have devalued the naira. We are the ones feeling the pinch. The business owners gone. You think we are not feeling it?
And their clients not feeling the pinch.
Excuse me.
Clients not feeling the pinch. And they've increased the services.
Let me just say something.
No, before you finish. Oh my God.
I'm so sorry. 64, you understand.
It's very important what I have to say.
Drink water, you will remember.
Hey, NEPA, for instance. I want to talk about NEPA. They want to increase it. They have increased it. The service is even worse.
What's the percentage of service improvement?
And then the money is more.
No.
See, that's what happens in capitalist systems.
I will not accept that.
I actually, every capitalist,
I will not accept that.
Every capitalist is profits focused.
This thing like I said, I will not. I will disagree.
Please don't disagree, because I know my bill every month, and I know my generator.
Let me.
I know the generator that what we are buying for, what we are using for diesel. I know what we are using for NEPA, and to repair the generator as well. I know. So we are business owners. We are suffering it.
So it cannot be at any expense that you're increasing services. Some businesses, like Tope mentioned, are reliant on the data, on the quality of your data. Yesterday, I got a call from the Edo State to Zari, and that call was terrible. But the person thought that it was a network that was bad. Me, in my house, I was looking at my phone like it was one bar. I was thinking to take that call. In the city, why should the network in 1999 that Obasanjo give us a
that's what Morai
said, okay, that place is city. Let more people here.
Please, let me just say, no.
That's which Morai are talking about, me?
This Morai.
No, I don't talk like that.
I wanted to say something. Let me, I use, there's a particular brand I use in my house, and the truth is, since 2020, they've not changed the rate for data service being rendered. And I know that we're paying the same thing. And even about a year ago, I was asking myself, like, how are these people surviving, charging the same amount of money for this? They are unlimited. But let me now tell you what happened. What happened is, before, our internet lasts that unlimited that we're paying for by till month end. You can still watch streaming services. Now, from middle of the month, you cannot watch any streaming service because they will downgrade what you will get. So you can still go on YouTube, but YouTube will be blurry. So they found a way to make it work. And I can understand the ingenuity and creativity to sustain their businesses. Why we are discussing this is every one of us, our lives are tied to this. These gadgets we use, they have become our life tools. One brand was saying data is life. So this is not even a case of whether we like it or not. This is a case of we desperately need the services to work. And we need NCC to stay on this brand. And we need NCC to help us to ensure that they deliver on what they say they will deliver. Both the internet service providers as well as the phone call companies. Then we the Nigerians need to now start holding people accountable. It is not just about going on Twitter, because Twitter and all of those things. Nima, we need lawyers to do class action. There are people that advertise in America. Lawyers will advertise. You know, they cannot advertise in Nigeria and tell you, you had an accident, I will fight for you. We need to start having lawyers. I know, we need to start having lawyers that are positioned, that they will tell you we are civil class action lawyers, so that we will be able to go and meet them and gather our case. Because until people start paying for the issues and the challenges they give us as service provider, that I will pay money. I've been receiving messages from one of my one of the companies I subscribe to that my data has finished. Every time data has finished. I have three running concurrently. Because they told me data has finished and I wasn't seeing internet, so I bought again, only to realize I have 3. Just now, I just saw data finished, and I checked. I have a 2 months, I have a 1 month, and I have a 1 week. Because I was wondering, why don't I have internet? From the same company. We are suffering, it's trauma. It's trauma.
I'm sure we're
why will I be paying? Let me check three different, same thing, Auntie, anywhere.
Same thing.
Only 3. Because they told me it has finished. So I thought it has finished through, and I still had data plan. You now said it has finished. You now want to recharge. You now want to recharge. They'll tell you press number 1, press number 2, press number 3. When you press 3, they say, do you want extra? You press number. They keep giving questions and questions. Can we simplify life for customers? NCC, you have a lot of work to do. So you have answered the industry. Now come and answer the customers.
So NCC have not answered the industry. NCC, I think they are not a neutral party. Hold on. I'm coming there.
They are regulators.
No, they are not a neutral party. As regulators, they should be very neutral, and they've not been. Because, you know,
somebody that brought 100% tariff down to 50%, they're not being.
You see, this network matter, we have been talking it forever. Just as the CBN too, they are looking at us with the bank issue. You will do a transaction in the bank. The banks know that they did not, post that transaction. They will let you be going up and down accusing people. You send money, you will accuse the person of not doing it. And they know the transaction is a pending, suspended transaction in the bank. It will take you months. And it's supposed to be 48 hours before they find the bank. You will wait, you will tire. Twitter now is not used for anything. It's to be tagging banks. and tagging network. That's what Nigerians do there. They'll go to their and tag them. I even made the mistake of tagging this green network. They reply me and sent me a non-replyable email that maybe you should send this and this and this. And I was like, who I want to send and give? The Orange Bank too. They say it sent me a link and said I should post the details of a transaction. When I tried, they say you cannot email this email. I said, if you not be say something, they worry on her.
You know,
and so at this point, the regulators should be neutral.
From place to place.
Yes, they should be on the side of the consumers more. Now you have increased, you have done business people. But how many consumer issues have you solved?
And that's why we have.
Why should network be rolling, buffering for?
Okay, so going back to this NCC matter, because I was trying to come back to the focus of our conversation, and NCC has said that the adjustment of this tariff will enable telcos to invest in these issues you all collectively raised.
I hope it's not like NEPA.
Will enable their telcos to invest in infrastructure and innovation, ultimately benefiting consumers through improved services and connectivity, including better network quality, enhanced customer service, and greater coverage. So that's what we hope this 50% increase would help us to do. The reason why I said, because we were on this table when all of you attested to the fact that electricity was better in your areas.
Yeah, at the point in time.
Yes, because when Mike said, as I disagree, when said the future is bleak, it's not bleak. Me, I don't see a bleak future. Because I believe truly that it's going to be better. So when you say there was a season where we had electricity and it was better, in fact, in some neighborhoods there was electricity. So yes, they're having issues here, but we shouldn't just assume because we are going to this season of darkness, or we're having this issue of the poor network, that suddenly we're now saying our future is the future is not.
You're pushing me to release our secret because it's people in the band that I'm pitying. Because in the office, when I sit on the band and they take light and the heat's rushing up, like, thank God this is not what I'm experiencing at home. I'm thinking if I have money, I'll go and solarize the office. Then I will come home. Yeah. We're not on band at home. We get the regular power we should. We substitute it with the alternative that we have settled. So I really don't feel anything if they don't give us that kind of service I need at home. But in the office, I see something. I came into the office last week. When the heat covered me, we ran the gen. Come by fuel, don't keep me here. We ran the gen and I did not even have a client.
Are you a bandit?
And I'm a bandit. Our bandit, our landlord still banned the join. Now I've told you that the amount we are paying, when we checked it, it was higher than what the government has approved for bandit. So it's not funny.
I have a call from Lagos. Good morning, caller, you're live.
Good morning.
You're live, go ahead.
Okay, Ola from Lagos.
First, Ola, go ahead, please. Ola, go ahead. I can't hear you.
Okay, yeah. Ola from Lagos. First time caller from.
Welcome to the show.
Collect your pay.
Yeah, what really happened is what you are discussing. See, we need to hold these people responsible for what they are doing. Fine, NCC is supporting them by increasing the tariff. All of us know that running business in Nigeria now is not an easy thing. But consumer protection is very, very key. You cannot be buying data, buying airtime, and it's not useful to us. How can somebody be using 3-4 network and at the same time you are not getting what you're supposed to get from one network? So they should look into that very well. It's very key. They cannot just be increasing their own tariff while we are suffering. God bless you.
This is my own network. When if I buy data like this, within 5 minutes, I get a text. Your data is finished. 5 minutes, so I've not used the phone. I've just bought the data.
How is that possible, YK?
I get the message.
Which network are you
within using? 5 minutes. That one read like this. Don't like this.
Don't say that.
Let me take this whole message. This one says, what is lacking is performance metrics are not incorporated with government and institutions designed to protect consumer rights. It's the same thing across every sector, every institution that ought to defend consumers are always deficient. And I agree. This is where I'm looking at it from. So as businesses, they must have the right to increase their prices as time goes. But you cannot now be failing on the services that you render. Tokwe just mentioned that Elon Musk network. A lot of businesses have had to sit there. And we have left us to foreigners. They have had to sit
paying huge sums.
Paying huge because they cannot deal with this your back and forth. My husband was proposing that say inside our 2-bedroom, inside this small house. What's happened?
How come I don't know about this service?
Oh, it's really good.
Now you cannot even find
me about the service. I don't know about it.
They refunded us. You cannot even find their modem, whatever, to pay for now.
Wow, interesting.
And yet that means that's capital flight going. So it's a case of
that's why consider that.
That's why I understand NCC increasing the rate, because obviously Nigerians are willing to pay more for quality service. Yeah. Nigerians are actually willing to pay, and they are paying champagne. They are paying more. So that was the reason we didn't complain concerning Band A. That if you would say we should pay more, let us get the quality of the service that we are paying.
I was on this table
to remove the depression from our lives.
When we say increase it, we will pay. Just give us the service. We will pay in this same country.
Yes.
But the whole works. We kept saying it. Give it to us.
We are still saying it.
And we still need the infrastructure to get it done. It doesn't come from heaven. We still need it.
So now that we are paying it, now that we have agreed that we are paying it, where is it? They have done the national grid. Every time it's falling down.
But why in defense of national grid, TCN I took a story yesterday that TCN is saying that just in 7 days, between a few days, they have decided they vandalized several of the towers. Nigerians are going to vandalize. We saw video of somebody carrying the metal from the manholes and keeping it.
See why democracy can't work in our country?
Our own part. When we catch people like that, they catch of offense when you commit crime in Qatar and all those Vietnam, the kind of punishments they will give you, you will not try it.
See why
because your entire salary will go. Because so we need to give stiffer punishment.
Yes. You see that guy that was taking the manholes.
Yes.
That kind of person. What you have the CCTV camera, you have caught him, catch him.
And do what?
Catch him and use him as an example.
How? Okay, pause that thought. Hassan has been holding. Wait, hanging. I need that thought. Let me take Hassan. He's been holding for a while. Good morning, Hassan. You're live. Go ahead, please. Hassan, you there?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, please.
Please, this issue of increment, I don't believe in it, and I will never subscribe to it. We should have a government that will protect us, not protecting the investors. We knew how all this telco started when they came to bid in this country. And we knew why they did it. We knew their feasibility studies. We knew our attitude towards telephony that necessitated them to bid it the way they did. So when we people are talking that look, the diesel price has gone up, this has gone up, maintaining that has gone up, it wasn't today's issue. Diesel cost of diesel has gone up for a very long time. It is not today. And people are making their money. I see no reason why they should subject taxing us to maintain their infrastructures. What are they doing their profit? The way we make a call in Nigeria is different from anywhere in this world because of our tradition. We don't just say hello and go straight to the point. We say hello, we ask of everybody. We ask of even the dogs, the animals. You understand? And that's what makes money for them. So the federal government, up to tomorrow, are investing in that sector. It is not only left for the telcos to invest. Up to tomorrow, the upgrading and what have you are still done by them. In other sectors also, we should not capitalize on the fact of FDI. Government has done more than enough. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done more than enough for them by ensuring them of...
Tell you let it count. YK, you're going to say something before Hassan came on.
Yes, what was I going to say now?
You're going to say that... oh, yeah, I just lost it myself. Yeah, you're talking about... oh, I lost it. Sorry, YK.
So I'm so sorry.
No problem.
So, as what Hassan was saying, I think that for business owners, the 50% hike is not unrealistic for someone running business with the kind of challenges that they are facing. To run business in Nigeria is a very huge risk. Like, it's a very huge risk. There are many issues that can go wrong. And there also is promise of reward. So the telcos are going to be watching us and asking us, like, you know what I'm dealing with? Somebody told me that they kidnapped, the kidnapping of their engineers. They've had to outsource everything because they kidnap engineers. They kidnap engineers, and those things are happening too. So we need to understand that the business owners too are suffering the same way everybody is suffering. So the government infrastructure on a holistic, when they say macroeconomic reforms, security is part of the issues they are dealing with. It's probably why it's costing more to maintain the what do you call those, their towers, their masts. It costs more to maintain the mast because it costs a lot more to secure in Nigeria. What it costs you to secure property, something in a different country in Africa is different from what it will cost in Nigeria. Probably costs it 10 times more. So Nigerians are bearing the brunt. But if the government can fix the macro issues that are going on in with our economy, we are able to solve more problems long term.
We have to wrap up on this.
Wait, I remember, Nima just reminded me, it was the manhole guy. You see that guy? When you catch him, since you have got video, go and catch him. His car, turn it to manhole. Give them the kind of punishment that in his life, him and the people coming behind him that want to do it will not do it. Don't just gloss over it.
It's funny in this our country. I say in this country, somebody said a court sentenced him to death for stealing chicken. This is a court that had done its work. That's how they will carry somebody for manu. Now they say ordinary manu. If we want to use our system, do justice if justice must be done. But Nigerians like to jump on trends. Give this manu guy a few years now. Somebody will now resurrect the matter. They'll say it's ordinary manu. Nobody knew.
That is why
how many babies were walking to school that fell into that hole that he removed cover from.
That is why I'm saying you don't give them light punishment. Don't give them light punishments. Give them the punishment that when they...
What's the highest punishment of our country?
It's not even
jail.
The
highest.
That's why Mariah said that we don't need democracy.
This is democracy. You now go to rule of law. You now take costs to take months. That man will now be sitting and waiting trial. You see, the other guy that recently was lynched, people were saying, some people were celebrating the lynching, others were saying, no, they shall give it to the police. And the Nigerians were mixed. The man that they found 2 or so heads, I think 2 or 3 heads with him. No, he killed, he beheaded 2 people in the farm. They lynched this man almost immediately. The Ajayi one.
No, this Ajayi guy that what's it called, the word? To the body of that lady. The father of him have come out to say that they should release his son. He's doing advocacy now. So give it a few years now, one person will go and start a podcast. Your father will come there and be little.
Unfortunately, this is a conversation. Our guest is here.
The legal system. Sorry, Muriah. The legal system.
The macro
because you will keep a case for years before. Come on.
No, somebody will be supposed to keep them. When there will be jailbreak very soon. Now they come out again.
TVC has been carrying this thing about some people. One guy, 16 years. Awaiting trial. Come on.
Macro issues.
Let us go on a break. We can't, unfortunately, we have to hang up on this because we have a guest next. But let's go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas. It shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company not just in Nigeria but throughout continental Africa to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regulars.
So let me go and for my jam results.
My 20 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
That's all we can take. Ejeki, close the show, Fadala.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 1 unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for number 1 on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back?
You should start the gym to get getting fat.
Cricket.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference? There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying.
So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
No, the empowerment for me.
Sex can make your relationship better.
No.
Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too. Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
This is. That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the better? What is his name?
That woman.
Bam! Bam!
Today we'll go here.
Hey.
Let's catch up now.
I'm sure we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay good.
Thanks for staying with us. So it's a new year, and today we're going to be discussing the strategies to accelerate your business growth in 2025. And we have with us a prolific author and insight speaker, Ezekiel Shulesi, who will be sharing with us insights on what you can do as a business owner to help your business in 2025. Thank you so much for joining us,
especially
Ezekiel.
with the telephone.
Good to have you. So before you came on, everyone was complaining. Obviously, we took a story on NCC increasing tariff. Yeah. Businesses are complaining because obviously the cost of providing services or production, manufacturing is high across board. And YK said somewhere that the future is a bit bleak because for many business owners, they don't even know where to start off. So as an experienced teacher and author, could you help us to even navigate how do we start off this year as a business owner?
So first, I have a different opinion about what's happening. So if we look at all the developed economies that we model after, they are all a lot more expensive. Yes, the services are better, but they are a lot more expensive.
Certainly, they always forget that part.
Exactly.
So their earning power is what it is.
So I believe that, funny as it sounds, Nigeria is leveling up. And I think that businesses need to figure out how to make a lot more money. Because what's happening anywhere in the world is that the onus is on the people that want to do well to make a lot more money and to create the kind of life that will be nice for their employees. Because I mean, the philosophy that we have within our organization is don't just make money for money's sake, make money so that the people that work for you can have a decent type of life, right? And so if you want to start 2025 and you want to be able to accelerate business growth, and the key word is accelerate, not just grow, but accelerate it. You know, one of the things that I think that businesses need to take significantly more important this year is marketing. Because a lot of businesses do not have any budget for marketing. They are hoping that God brings them clients. And the funny thing is that the Jesus Christ that a lot of them worship did not hope for God to bring him clients. He figured out how to get his own clients. You know, and funny story is if you're a student of the Bible and you read, you realize that at some point the Bible says that he sent people 2 by 2 to different places, and it says that he sends people to places that he would eventually go. So the way it looks is that he sends people to VI, and then those guys, maybe they heal somebody and they'll be like, you're such a wonderful. No, it's not so wonderful. There's somebody coming next week Tuesday. If you see him, he's more powerful than we are, blah, blah. So essentially he activated his own market, because you know, you would wonder, how is he in the middle of nowhere on the mountain, there are 5,000 people there? All those people were activated. So businesses have to think about marketing, and they have to think about marketing from 5 different perspectives, if you allow me to share them. The first is to think about marketing. Marketing is everything that you do to get people to know you, like you, and trust you as far as your business is concerned. And so the first thing you need to know, who should I be marketing for? Who's my ideal client? I find that a lot of businesses are not very clear as to exactly who they should be looking for. So they sell, and it's not bad to sell different range of products, but it's important to pick one that you're going to focus on. You know, if you find any company whatsoever that has a wide range of product, you would find that 80% of their marketing budget is on one product. That product then becomes the lead generator to all the other products. So we need to be clear. So I tell people, let's say you sell real estate. You can sell anything. You can't market everything, right? Pick a small band that you're going to market so that you can study who are these types of people. Then the next question is, if I know who I want, who already has that client? For example, I might want to sell something that is worth 10, 20 million. And then I would analyze that the person who uses an iPhone 16 for 2 million is the kind of person that can buy that property. You know, like in our own case, when we started out, the biggest problem in my case was people not willing to pay for trainings and the like. So what we did was that we looked for microfinance banks and said, people are owing you. They said, yes. The reason why they're owing you is because they don't have the money. What if we offered you free training on sales and marketing every single month? And then from there, as we offered those people free training, we got the kind of people that would pay us for trainings, because the banks already had our clients. They were their customers. They were the people who had borrowed money from the bank. Anybody who has a relationship with a bank, or a microfinance bank in this case, enough to have borrowed money from the bank, is somebody who is serious about their business. Those are the kind of people we're looking for. So all we needed to do was to find an opportunity to offer services for free to these banks so that we can get access to those people.
Their clients.
Right? The third thing is to say, when I identify who already has my client, what can I do? What bait can I give to get their attention?
That's a free service.
Yes, that's the free service. And depending on, what it is, I know you do natural foods and, exactly. So the question is, free service for you could be some form of education to people about what it is, why is it that they should buy Nigerian as opposed to, from a health perspective, not just from a patriotic, buy Nigeria. If you offer that, the next question will be, how best can I reach them? So the question is, are they online? Because some people are doing a lot of ads online, and they shouldn't be doing as much ads online as they should be doing something else.
I met somebody, we had lunch last week, and the person was telling me that because she saw me selling real estate and I'm doing online, she decided to do the same thing last year. And I think she spent between 4 to 6 million naira, and she didn't make a dime. And she said, when she was not discussing with me, that I don't understand. I said, your product and my products are different. You are selling 350 million naira house, 500 million naira house. What has worked for you before is what you should double down on, which is hanging out at Marriott, all those hotels, meeting people who are already there and on a trip, and they would like to buy a house in Ikeja or VI. But she decided to look at another person's business model whose market is different, and thinks that maybe if I do what TMO is doing, I will make what TMO is making. So what you're saying is extremely important, and it might be applied to smaller businesses like that as well. Yeah, because a lot of small business want to copy what they see other people do, and sometimes it's okay, but a lot of times you need to look at the context, right? So for example, if I want to sell your kind of food now, what might work more for me other than going online might be finding communities of people who are already concerned about health. Going to gyms, going to people who are already concerned about health, right? Paying some money. I mean, we had one lady like that who
runs a parfait business, you know, and you know, parfait businesses are a lot of people who take them are very concerned about their health. She had a large space in front of our office, and you know, sales wasn't happening. So I said, look, why don't you get a what they call these people?
Flyers.
No, fitness trainer, and tell him to come and use the front of your place to do his fitness training on Saturday.
You're kidding.
For free. Right? For free. He will bring all his people. When they finish, 300 people, they will do it. It's right in front of your place. They will buy your parfait, and then from there you can start subscription model. You know, why don't you buy for a month? Why don't you give us money with it? Because everybody who comes there to exercise lives around. Right? So they're within walking or biking distance. You know, so if that lady had gone online and spent all that money, she would not have gotten as much result as just offering that front space for free. So yes, while online is good, there are close to 15 other channels that people could use to get the kind of client that they want. But they need to understand the kind of client that they want.
Let's talk about existing customers, because Tokwe mentioned it. One thing that I did that I think worked for me locally, because I actually didn't want to sell locally. There was too much competition of foreign rice where I lived. But I wanted to focus on only Nigerian grown rice. And so I had one customer who had a health issue who bought this rice and would constantly come and harass me when I'm out of stock. So I used that person locally, and I increased my market, because this constant harassment will be I made sure it was an outside experience in front of the store. Okay, I'll see to you, say, Madam, you want me to eat poison? You have to get my rice. You have to get my rice. You
Fantastic.
know? So how often should we hatch on the existing customers who had the experience?
Fantastic.
And feel safe?
So what you got from that customer is something called testimonial value. Now, every customer you have should be able to offer you 3 things. Now, if you haven't gotten these 3 things, your job is not done with the customer. Must offer you testimonial value, repeat value, and referral value. So every time you have a customer, your job with that customer isn't done. You're not done serving the customer well enough until the customer talks about you, until the customer sends somebody your way, until the customer continues to buy from you over and over again. So, and we had a particular client. You know, we had this thing that I mentioned last year where we work with people to sort of exceed the entire year revenue. I mean, I got report yesterday night. There's a guy who's done, they did 1.6 last year. At this morning, they were already at 600 million. This is the 21st. And they did all of that, not attracting any new clients.
Just
not attracting
doubling down.
Clients. You know, so what happens to most of us is that we sell to people and then we walk away. And then we find new people and then we sell. And if a business has been around for 3 years, you would find that they have a lot of clients that they haven't spoken to, sometimes in a year, 2 years, 3 years. All we need to do is to go back to those people. And the beginning of the year is a very good time. Oh, you know, happy new year. You know, we want to start doing this for you, want to start doing that for you, want to offer you this. You'll be shocked. And, you know, at the beginning of the year, people, they make monumental decisions at the beginning of the year. You know, they want to start working out, which they really don't, but they want people make very, very important decisions in their lives at the beginning of the year.
You want to stop drinking champagne.
You know, and then they drink it on day 2.
Yeah.
Right? So it's really been able to get those 3 main values, right? So every client you have, your job is not done with that client until that client keeps buying, especially if the product is one that, you know, they cannot win.
You know, there's a question in my head that I've been thinking, should I ask or should I not ask? Because I've always been thinking about this for a while. And I also hate putting the ladies on the spot, because it's not about them, it's about the people who are watching us. But I know that Celebration is an international brand.
Yes,
it happens here in October every single year. Yes. In my head, I'm thinking Celebration should be happening in Brazil. It should be happening in China. It should be happening in South Africa. It should be happening in America. You know, Celebration should not just be a Nigerian thing. This is a global brand. So for somebody who is saying, I'm running Celebration, I'm fine with it in Nigeria, and every year we come October, how does somebody like that scale? How do you expand it such that it is indeed a global concert?
Yeah, I think the first thing is to understand the influence of Fela himself. His influence is global. His songs are now in movies. You know, people are buying rights to it. So it's really to look at where are all these influences, you know, and who are the people that have become sort of like ambassadors of his style of music, and go to those places. You know, but I think the first thing really is I think that the one in Nigeria needs to be 10 times bigger than it currently is. You know, so we need to plan it like you would plan Dirty December.
Yeah.
You know, in fact, we need to even position it as the beginning of Dirty December.
Yeah.
You know, this is what happens as we start
so October, November, December, October.
You understand? And it will help Nigeria. It will help Lagos. I mean, look at the numbers coming out. Imagine if Dirty starts from October. And we're all dirty.
It's something worth. I mean, because when we brought, you said this is a year of growth accelerated. So everybody must be thinking, how do I accelerate what we do? There's a lady also that I know very closely. She sells wigs. You know, she has fruit juice. One person, she's selling juice. She's selling hair. And selling shoes.
And with juice too.
So yes, she has a juice bar.
The market is very
and she just feels that people are buying juice, people are buying hair, and people are buying shoes. But I mean, she was coming talking to me. I wanted to form yes, they tell us multiple forms. I wanted to send her to talk, but we can't talk to business because me, I'm just the but she's thinking of, because all of them are actually lucrative, interestingly. But how then does she consolidate and make it a bit bigger?
Well, I don't know if I'm correct, but this is my own belief. You know, so people say things like, oh, Bill Gates has 15 sources of income, so I should have 12. Don't just get what people have when they are big. Ask how they got there, right? Anybody who's built anything significant, in my view, has had to focus on one thing for a period of time and grow it significantly until that thing is big enough not to require their own attention. And so the problem here is when you have 3 small businesses that you're trying to juggle, the most important asset for an entrepreneur is focus. So if she focused, for example, on the hair, she can grow it to like 200-300 million a year. If she focused on the juice, she could grow it to 200-300 million a year. So I would advise, pick one of them.
Okay.
Right? And it doesn't have to be the one you're most passionate about. Just pick the one that makes the most money in the shortest time and go there. You know, double down, grow the business, put some systems. When that has had some form of a life of its own, then you can turn back at your juice business or at your hair business. Now you have money. Now you can hire the right people. Now you can push it, you know, and then, you know, because if we keep, this thing is the reason why a lot of Nigerian businesses stay small. You know, so you start something, you grow it to a level, then you quickly start something else, and then you start something else, and eventually you have.
Because the coaches said we must have multiple streams of income.
Investments.
So every knowledge is contextual. So whenever I get any knowledge from anybody, I like to understand the context from which the person is talking, because that context is more important than the knowledge itself. Right? So, for example, they say multiple streams of income. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying you shouldn't build your business and your excess money buy real estate, for example. Buy something that doesn't need your time, doesn't need anything. It's just there, it's appreciating by itself, right? But anything that would have to need your attention,
dodge it.
Just dodge it for now until you have made it in life.
Any questions for
someone is saying online that Celebration is in London. I remember that there was
Celebration is in many countries
already. Just about scaling it up. I wanted to ask you this question because Mariah is trying to case studies are always interesting than generic advice, because when somebody is watching right now, they just feel like, oh, this guy is just speaking English. But when we take a case study, we're able to flesh it out. So Mariah has already put Auntie Yenne's Celebration as a case study, and I would like you to just take a little bit of time to point out what you can see as areas where it can be better, how it can better be positioned so that we are selling this value, and that can be a case of we can say, okay, by October this year, this is what we can do if you do ABCD. This is what we can achieve if you do ABCD from the top of your head.
So if you think about Celebration, right? For me, my first, if I have a project like that, the first thing would be, how do we make it 10 times bigger than it currently is, right? So it could be, for example, if I'm not mistaken, it's about a week of activities.
Yes.
Right? Good. And it happens right there at, Fela Shrine.
It happens right now there are about 3 venues. In Lagos.
Beautiful. So it doesn't have to be in Fela Shrine.
No.
Okay, great. So what that means is that we can essentially, so I would love to attract certain types of artists that have I know that Burna Boy has been there. I know that Wizkid has been there.
All of them started from there.
Good. So I would like to have those types.
We'll have the conversation of collaboration a bit later because privately, because there's another angle that I want Nigerians to learn from.
Okay.
And as Tokpa said, case studies, because there are business owners who are watching right now, and many of them, they've gotten loans from company, from banks, and they don't know how to scale. What do I need to do? What's the next step? Because they you know, when you're looking for money,
is choking.
You now get the money. And I'm thinking, how do I even begin to make the right choices? What do I prioritize? How do I ensure my business scales properly? And I don't go and start owing the bank, you know, so there's that fear people are having right now.
So it depends on the kind of loan you've collected. If it's a short-term loan, use it for short-term things. For example, you don't take a loan that you're supposed to pay in 1 year and go and start building a factory. Because whatever it is that you're building will take 6 months, 7 months, you know, the payout will be like in a couple of years. So I've seen a lot of people make that mistake. So if you trade rice and you take a loan and it's a short-term loan, use that money to trade more rice, right? Buy more rice, get more clients, spend some money on marketing, get more clients and the likes. Now, if you get like a large loan and it's a couple of years and you want to backward integrate and say, okay, but with loans, I always say, whenever you're trading with someone else's money, only do what you are sure of. You don't experiment with someone else's money. Except if you're an experienced entrepreneur and can take the shot. Most of the time, if you collect money from somebody, if I collect 100 million naira from you, right, I shouldn't put it in a business that I do not understand inside out. Because every business would always take longer than you know, when somebody gives you an idea. If someone introduces you into a business, I mean, when someone introduces you to real estate, all the person explained to you was all the good side. When you enter, it's when you will know what's up. Do you understand? It will take longer than you plan. It will take longer than you plan. It will cost more than you plan, right? So it's always better. Try to use your family, friends, people that the only thing that will happen is that you will not go to village meetings, you know. Use their money to figure something out. When you understand or when you collect money, only do what you understand. So in your case now, there's a particular brand of rice that you know very well. Good. If you collect loan now and you go and put it in another, you might get into trouble. Because you make some assumptions. Every business plan is filled up with assumptions. We assume people would buy, we assume people would like it. It's when you enter into the market that they punch you in the face and you know the real state of. So it's always better to not use borrowed money on an untested market. And if you have the money now and you're not sure what to do, just go back to the thing that you know how to do very well.
Okay, there was something you said when you started, which I'd like to go back to before we wrap up very soon. You said this year we should talk about marketing.
Yes.
Marketing is expensive. Many people ordinarily don't have a budget. So Tokwe has said that some people, you don't have to use online for all things, but what other ways do people market? What are the effective ways?
Marketing is not exactly expensive, and it's not all forms of it. So for example, I mentioned a way we did marketing, which was go to a microfinance bank, ask them questions, told them that we're going to offer a free service. It didn't cost us anything, aside from fuel or transfer money to go to the place. The reason why marketing is expensive for most people is because they only think about marketing narrowly, maybe digital, maybe sponsorship, maybe. So, but marketing is anything that you do that can get your ideal clients to know you, like you, trust you. For example, in our own case, let's assume that particular hot customer of yours lives in an estate. Marketing could be knocking on every single door and telling them about your products.
You got me customers.
You know, that's marketing, right? Marketing could be, you know, spending 7,000 naira printing flyers and then tipping the security guys 1,000 naira. So everybody that is going out, they give a flyer to the person. That's marketing. Right? But what most people think about when they think about marketing is, you know, I need 200 million, I need to do all of this. No.
I need to get
if you have that money, do it. It works. But if you are somebody that is just starting out, marketing is anything. Marketing is carry a megaphone if it's legal in your community.
Print stickers and stick them on cars.
Exactly. Print stickers. You know, go to shopping mall, whatever it is.
Well, we have to wrap up. Thank you very much, Ezekiel. It's always a pleasure having you to share with us your thoughts and knowledge on this. It's really important. We've been speaking with a business growth coach, Mr. Ezekiel Shulesi. Thank you for joining us on the show today. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Thank you so much.